you were recently in the news.
Yes, sir.
For not all the right reasons, right?
Yes, sir.
It was reported assault, child abuse.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, let's dive right in. First, to educate for the people that are ignorant, which just simply means you don't know. If you have a public dispute or a domestic dispute in front of children, that's considered cruelty to children. No child was touched. No child was harmed. As a father, I don't even discipline my kids with a pop. You know what I mean? I talk sternly, I show eye contact, and I discipline with love. So that's first. That was what bothered me the most about the allegations.
In the reports.
In the reports, that they thought some kids were harmed. Secondly, there was a dispute verbally between me and the mother of my child, Jauné. Not the first, not the second, but no one was physically harmed either. She didn't punch me this time. I didn't touch her in a harmful way. And I think from a judicial standpoint, there has to be a common ground for men, especially black men, when you are being attacked.
But pause real quick, because there was a root word that this time.
Yeah, that was intentional. Because men get abused too. And that's something that we don't talk about. But we're also put in the forefront to protect our black women. So in those instances, I've learned that there's two things that can not escalate to a terrible situation, which is the laws, enforcement, or her mother actually has the bandwidth sometimes to bring her down.
So let me ask you this question, and sorry if I'm cutting you off, but I just want to make for certain.
Yeah.
Have you ever put your hands on the mother of your children?
No. I've restrained her.
Okay.
I've grabbed her. In this instance, I grabbed her arms so it couldn't go no further to a punch or a kick or a stomp. It wasn't a violent situation. And to be honest, my father, who I take care of, lives with me, I told him to call the cops. She didn't call the cops on me. I told my dad to call the enforcement so it didn't escalate, surpass what it already did. I've been in those situations quite a few times, so I know to calm down, think about the outcome. But again, as a man, I don't know what else I would have done any differently than to grab you and say, hey, stop. And when you say stop, I stop. And the laws come. She tells her story, I tell mine, and I go. But I wouldn't do it any differently, because had I allowed it to continue, my charges, I got bonded out for $150. That's how minuscule my acts were. If you know anything about going to jail, they give you a bond, you pay 10% of that. So mine was $1,050. I had to get $150 to get out. Because cruelty to children is if you have a public domestic dispute in front of kids. I learned that day. I'm 38 years old, bro. I wouldn't wait this long in my career or in my life to harm anybody. I'm not a violent man, never been. But I'm not also a person that you can continuously allow to get hands put upon me, you know what I mean? But that night, she didn't punch me. I didn't punch her. Some things started to happen, and I grabbed her.
So I must say this as a disclaimer. In no way, shape, form are we highlighting or promoting any type of violence of any kind. Do we condone any type of domestic, issues of no kind? I owe a service to make sure that I ask the questions for better understanding.
Yeah, I honor it. Yeah. I love it. Like I said, it's a conversation for men specifically that needs to be had, because men get abused too.
So let me ask you, how do we even get to this moment where verbal attacks or verbal threats or insinuating harm, when at one point that person was the one?
Yeah, I think hurt people hurt people. I believe in the idiom, hurt people can heal people. But if you don't do the work and you're bottling up emotions and you don't go to God, you don't go to therapy, over time, certain people act out a certain kind of way. We all were brought up in our own different variations of ways, right? Some people grew up in violent homes. And you can become a product of your environment, or you can actually stray away from what you're accustomed to. Me, I don't like violence. I don't want to be touched in a harmful manner. I don't want to touch you in a harmful manner. And that's for male or females. Right. I don't think females should put their hands on a man. I don't think a man should put their hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying? But we're also human beings. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have disputes, we have debates. And in the heat of the moment, we have traumas as well, unaddressed. And you act out how you act out.
Going back to your specific situation with the mother of your children, how did we get to a point, or were there signs that things were not okay?
It's been bad for, put it like this, we created a blessing, which is our daughter, Jauné, who we share. That's my first biologically. And then I have a plus daughter. She came in with, bonus. A bonus daughter who I love just like she's my own. What I've learned going through that situation is sometimes you get the blessing of a beautiful angel, an innocent baby, and you lose one another. People don't like to talk about that either, that babies changes the dynamic
oh my God.
Of the relationship.
The glue.
Yeah, the glue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It became about Jauné, not about Sammie, and not about Tiana. And I can take my accountability too as a new father. When I got home from the gym or the studio, my first thing wasn't to address Tiana. It was, I'm thinking, you're tired. You've been mothering by yourself all day, or for however long I've been gone. Let me get to the babies. When I should have said, how was your day? How you feeling? Let me give you a kiss. Let me rub your feet. I went straight to daddy mode. Fathering.
The daughter.
Yeah, making sure and you need a break maybe, assuming. Yeah. And that's something as a new father I know I could take accountability for, is that I just thought that it was about making sure the kids is good and making sure you not beat down.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I probably should have checked on her a little more, made sure she was okay. So I think we lost ourselves, and we lost that dynamic of union and unification when we created this beautiful angel.
Are you guys together?
No, we haven't been together. We broke up actually June of last year. And then July of this year, we were trying to work it out. I felt like especially the oldest, again, my bonus daughter, deserves some stability. So I got us a new crib and school systems and all this stuff, right? I used to actually see you, man. Your kids played for the same basketball team in Fairburn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I used to see you in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
I used to play for them as well.
No way.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well. Yeah, man. I used to see you all the time. So we relocated not too long ago, like a year ago, and I just wanted... Another thing, too, you will stay in a toxic situation a lot longer when you're factoring kids, children, in the idea or the fantasy of the perfect home. Me and Tiana, we've been not right. However, me as a man, I've always envisioned myself as being a husband one day, and having a two-parent home, something I didn't grow up with, and you'll just stay in a situation too long to where God has to slap you in the face like he did with me 3 weeks ago. And, you live, you learn, you grow, and you apply. But no, we are not together. Just looking for a healthy space to co-parent in peace, light, and love, and respect.
Were there signs of abuse early in you guys' relationship?
Not early, no.
Do you remember the first time that abuse was displayed?
Yeah. This is my first encounter with cops. It was just my first time.
No. I'm not talking about...
No. I'm talking about in a domestic abusive situation. Okay. This wasn't my first time. Again, keep in point, she did not call the cops. I had my father, whom I take care of, who lives with me, call the cops. Because as a man, there's so many things to process when there's an angry, volatile woman at you. If I get punched and I punch it back, I lose.
Yeah.
If I don't punch it back, I lose. If I restrain her, which I just did, I lost. I knew that I would go to jail one day if I stayed in those situations. And that's my fault for staying too long and hoping for change or protecting somebody.
But my question now comes, when there were first or early signs of verbal abuse,
Yes, sir.
or any type of discomfort in a relationship, why not attack it then?
Easier said than done when you love somebody. The heart's what the heart wants. I believe when it comes down to the emotion of love, there's a tug of war between the mind, which is logic and what makes sense, and then the heart in which you can't explain. I love Tiana still, right now, in this moment. I just know that me staying in that situation will only bring to me great ruin. And I've always known this. God sent subtle whispers to me a long time ago. But again, you can know better and not do better, right? So when you love somebody, bro, you give them grace. She's given me grace in my mishaps and my misfortunes and my mistakes that I've made in relationships, or our relationship that we once had. So it's just giving grace and hoping for the better day. It's not easy to walk away from somebody you care about and you had dreams and promises that you made to not just that person, but again, two young, beautiful little girls. There you go.
The thing that, how do we correct what's wrong is attacking it with brutal honesty and accountability. Now, I'm not here to be a therapist. I'm not here to say that I have not been through what you've been through or have not been through what you've been through, and I can't cope with what you've gone through. But one thing that I do know, as far as an individual that's always trying to evolve to the best version of myself, anytime, and this is not just a message to you or to me, for anybody who sees this, anytime you see something that breaches or triggers you,
Yes, sir.
you should magnify it to let that person, hey, I do not like this.
Understood.
And I have this rule, not just in business, but in relationships, and that's family relationships as well too. I'm never going to present an issue without what I deem is a solution.
Yeah.
So, hey, instead of talking down on me, it seems as if you don't have to yell, you don't have to raise your voice. I hear you. That's the solution. It's, babe, don't pinch me. I hate when people pinch me.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is, I come from the cloth of accountability.
Yeah.
And you should be able to have a healthy dynamic with saying what you do not like.
Can I?
Please.
Yeah. I've been in therapy since I was 33, 38. So for 5 years, shout out to Miss Janet, right? And I'm bringing that up because my biggest flaw in my entire existence of life, remember I had success young.
Yes.
So I've only known how to take care of people since I was 12.
Wow.
I was never a little boy of the house. I was always
The breadwinner.
the breadwinner, the provider, the leader, the protector. You know what I'm saying? I also have correlated what I can do for people as love. If I do this for you, if I pay that bill for you, if I take care of you, if I bail you out of jail, if I get you off that drug habit, if I put you in rehab, you're gonna love me. That's not love. My love shouldn't be conditioned, the love that I receive shouldn't be conditioned upon what I could do for you.
What I can provide.
What I can provide for you. So imagine being 38 and still learning how to stand on your boundaries. So yeah, I can say I don't like being spoken to like that. Yeah, I can say, hey, you don't gotta talk to me like that. But what started to happen to me is I started to become that. I started to fight fire with fire and not being able to be the calm in the midst of chaos. And I wanna say this, I learned that I thought I had daddy issues all my life because my mother and father divorced when I was 9. And I saw my dad on summers or holidays. But my mom was a tough ass. She didn't play. Very dominant, very fierce, very fearful of. So I'm attracted to chaos because it's normal to me, although I love peace, although I just want to go and meditate and ground and hug a tree and watch birds be birds. I'm used to verbal abuse. I'm used to violence. Don't like it. Don't want no parts of it. But it feels like home to me. That's what I learned about myself. So now I'm unlearning something that I have only known. Now I know how to just, okay, you're gonna curse? Instead of me cursing back at you, I'm just gonna grab my keys and leave and depart. Or you're gonna put your hands in my face? Instead of me looking you in your soul and saying, stop playing with me like that, I'm just gonna bow out for the greater good. These are things that you have to unlearn as a grown man that you've only known since you was a little boy.
Yeah.
So it's not that I didn't have those boundaries in a resolve.
Yeah.
It takes two to tango.
For sure.
And the only thing I've ever failed at in life is love. Because that's a team sport. Put me in front of the stage with 20,000 people, or one-on-one, me and Cam, I'm gonna bet on myself because I have a say.
Yeah.
But when you put yourself in partnership or unification, that person has to do the work too. So it's never that I didn't want to resolve. It's just that as a grown-ass man, brother, I'm just learning how to accept who you are. Because at some point, we get what we allow.
Man, bro, you preaching. And I think it's hard for people to accept who people really are.
Yeah.
Not who you expect them to be.
Yeah.
It's like, how many times does a person have to show themselves?
Yeah, for me, a lot, unfortunately. Because I give a lot of grace, because I'm not perfect. You feel what I'm saying? I just know I'm a flawed individual, just doing the best I can, and I would want that same grace. However, sometimes you can be, what they say, loyal to a fault. And I'm just at that phase of my life where enough is enough.
What will give you the reason to entertain the thought of going back?
There's no going back.
Okay, that's fair.
No. I've been through all the things, things that I won't discuss, because my job is at the same time as telling the truth, not my truth, not her truth. There's three sides. There's her side, my side, and then there's the truth. To me, that's where God basks. I'm just talking the truth, right? The truth is we are not equally yoked. The truth is we created some beautiful memories, but the truth is we both have brought out the worst in one another. And my decision for Sammie as an entity, as a person, as a human being, as a father, as a dad, as a public figure, is to move forward in my most righteous self.
Yeah.
And I cannot do that with her. I need to do it by myself.